We Like Dota is brought to you by our generous patrons. Find out how to help support the show at WeLikeDota.com and follow the links to the Patreon. We Like Dota, episode 64, starts now.
Hello everybody, welcome back to We Like Dota, the internet's casual Dota 2 podcast. I'm Brian Sabone-Yinger, and joining us for episode 64, now in 64 bits, 64-bit cartridges, is Jared Clyde Frog Pedersen. Hello, Jared.
Hey Brian, how's it going today?
Great. Also joining us is Ben Yadneb Day. Hello, Ben.
Hey, Brian.
Also joining us is senior executive producer Cheeks of Flappin'. Hello, Cheeks.
Hello, greetings.
Cheeks,
Good to be here.
where are you, Cheeks?
Well, I'm at Valve's offices, clearly.
Wow, okay. How are they?
You know,
Are they
I was
nice?
very excited about the first round of Immortal Treasures being handed out.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of telling them, I think we're pretty close to hitting that next batch of treasures, so they can go ahead and do it. You
Okay.
know, they want to hear from a popular Dota 2 podcast about this. Clearly.
Yes, clearly.
Obviously.
Thank you for representing us there.
And here's my question. Do they drive Volvos or Bugattis over there?
They all go around on Razor scooters and Segways, actually.
Yes. Bunch of nerds over there.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, guys, we've got a big show today, so we're just
Big show, guys.
Big show. We're just gonna get straight to it, and we're gonna start with Dota Feelings.
Oh, look at it go! Oh, yeah!
All right. So this is Dota Feelings, where we talk about how Dota made us feel this week.
Yeah.
And Ben, I feel called to start with you.
You feel called to start
Yeah,
with me.
I do.
Man, I'm getting torn in all directions this week, Brian. I'll
Are
tell
you serious? Why?
Well, I'm feeling really good about 6.84.
Okay. As am I.
I've only played a couple matches, so I'm like 50%, and I think my feelings are at 50% right now.
Oh.
So
So you only have 50% of your feelings?
No. Well, maybe that might be a different issue, but no, 50% of my feelings are good and 50% of my feelings are bad. I haven't done the exact math, but something along those lines. So
You haven't checked your journal entries to find out.
You haven't checked your
good.
your
Good
Zynga,
or bad.
your Zynga journal.
right, exactly. But so let's just go through it real quick. So
Okay.
Yeah.
the good number one, after much back and forth, my wife okayed a new computer.
Yeah, that's
for gaming.
super exciting.
That is my computer is currently 6 years old and not in good shape.
Yeah.
Yeah,
One stick of RAM in the grave.
Yeah, I guess. Well, it doesn't even. It barely supports RAM.
Well, because
so.
it was
Really?
off and then on and then off and now back on.
It got back.
Well,
on.
not the computer, but you buying the computer.
Yeah.
The okay.
That's
to do
no
so.
exaggeration.
So I got an okay, and I literally pulled up Amazon and I just bought everything on my wish list, and I hope it's all going to form into some sort of a computer that I can operate.
Yeah.
If you get the fire hot enough, it'll combine.
Perfect. Okay, so hopefully that works.
You just gotta wire it up.
I hope that works, but if not, I heard they have a good return policy, so hopefully that will be okay.
Amazon will let you return anything.
Perfect.
Yeah,
So
or replace everything.
that's the good news. So I've got the computer coming.
Congratulations.
I'm going to build that
That's
with
really exciting.
either you or a friend of the show, Crimson Kyle. The bad news is somehow out of this, the deal kept changing, and I've now lost my office.
Yeah. Yeah, I was a bit surprised for you to tell me that
so
today.
I lost my office somehow. So now Cheeks and I are scrambling. I'm trying to have him teach me how I can create a podcast hole in a different room somewhere.
Yeah, it stinks even more because your office has this really vibrant green wall behind
so
it. That's just super random.
Yeah, so I actually
And you don't even like that color green.
I
Your
hate
wife
that color
chose
green.
that color.
So my wife chose this really ugly, vibrant color green in our office for one wall, and I discovered that works great as a green screen.
It was perfect.
So I'm actually said, hey, just so you know, I'm going to move some furniture around. I know you don't really use the office, so I can get the green screen growing. So I start moving the furniture around. She comes in, the office is a mess, and then what happens after that? And she decided, you know what? You've claimed the office. You've claimed the family room, and I kind of pre-claimed our basement for a We Like Dota studio at some point in time.
Yeah.
Because I don't really have a space, so I should probably get one of these 2 rooms. And
You're
I
like
said,
World War II Germany here, Ben.
Yeah. So I said,
A little bit.
Yeah.
You're kind of
just
like Hitler.
but I felt I'm like I have
Spain?
to give into this. She just gave me permission to build a computer.
Right. So you felt obligated.
I felt obligated, but so I
can see
had
that.
literally cleaned out the space for the green room, the green wall to have as a green background for green screen, and I lost an entire room in the deal out of that. So
You know what I think the deal is?
What's that?
I think she's starting a rival Dota 2 podcast.
she might be. This is
Yeah,
very
that's-
likely. She's competitive.
Yeah.
She is very competitive. That's a
She's
good
probably
point.
got
Yeah,
your
yeah.
2 wives.
I
Are
think
probably on board.
She's
with
been
it too.
planning this since she painted that wall green.
Yeah.
What would she call it? Y'all love Dota?
I feel apathetic about Dota, but Loda's kind of cool because he seems like not cool or something. I don't know. She likes Alliance because they all seem like they're-
Hold on, it's a separate conversation,
Skateboarders,
but I
yeah.
gotta say, my respect for Loda is growing.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like Alliance better now than
He's got
I
a good head
did
on his
2 years-
shoulders, I
2
think.
years
She,
ago.
she only likes Loda because he looks like a skateboarder, and she thought that was kind
He
of
does,
BA.
yeah.
He
It's-
does, yeah.
It's the monster
Yeah.
hat.
Which,
Yeah,
most
he
of
always
Alliance
wears.
at one point in time
Chicks
looked
love
like
skaters,
skateboarders.
dude.
Yeah, they all kind of looked like
Bro.
skaters for a little bit.
What's up, bro?
Bro.
Except
bro?
Bulldog.
Except for Bulldog. Yeah, I didn't want to go there, but no, he didn't. But he's back. Anyways, so, okay, so gained a computer, lost my office,
Yeah.
trying to build a podcast hole, so we're at 50% there. Played Heroes of the Storm, which was not a good experience.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Cheeks-
can
It
imagine.
wasn't bad
It was a
either.
neutral
It was-
experience at best, but Cheeks and I did
vanilla
that
experience.
for an offlane gaming thing, which made me really more appreciate Dota 2
Okay.
and all the depth
Yeah.
that's there.
Yeah.
So I didn't hate that game, but I appreciated Dota 2 more out of it. So I think we're like 50-50 there. So I'm kind of 50 plus, 50 minus.
So
There
you're
we
at 0.
go. So I'm at 0. That's the 50%. And I only
you
contain
feel just fine.
50% feelings from what Brian said anyways. So
Yeah. No, I believe that.
Yeah.
that's my 50%.
Yeah, that's fine.
But there's some exciting things happening.
So wait, what? So did anything good come out of the week?
Yeah,
The
I
computer?
got a new computer,
Okay, well, yeah, that's right.
and
yeah.
6.84 came out.
Okay,
Those are two
right,
good
right,
things.
right. And the compendium.
I didn't know if we were going to go there today
Well, we're gonna talk about it later.
because
Well,
last week we pretended the patch notes didn't come out, so I didn't know if we were pretending no compendium.
yeah, well, the compendium came out about 2 days before we actually started the show,
That's true.
whereas the patch notes came out
We
2
had more
minutes.
lead- it's
before
a
we
lead
started.
time
It's
thing.
a lead time thing. yes.
True.
Yeah.
We're gonna kick
But we're
it
just
over.
going to pretend stuff doesn't happen here.
We're gonna kick it over to Jared.
Hey.
how's it going, Jared?
Good.
Sounds confident.
How did Dota make you feel this past week?
Dota made me feel very excited, only because with all the new changes and
Yeah.
it's like learning a new game again. So
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah, it's just fun.
It's
I
like
played a little,
learning.
won some, so it was good.
It's like learning that the rules of basketball have changed.
Right, they added a 3-point line.
Yeah, except for me, it's like the rules of basketball have changed, but I still don't know how to actually shoot the ball.
So all of that is actually probably true.
Yeah,
That's interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
I think that's a good analogy.
yeah, that
Yeah. Also, I do want to
Fundamentally
say
true.
I'm very excited that we got into Dota when we did and not now
Yeah,
because
Why
I
is
felt
that?
like it was overwhelming before.
Oh my gosh.
And I feel overwhelmed with the changes
Yes.
that just happened.
Well, because there's more. Like there's more
Yeah,
stuff.
I feel like
Is that why?
there's so many more choices, and everybody is viable, and it's.
I think it's a
The
great.
game's in a good space.
Well, that's why I was going to say it's a great spot to jump into. It's no more accessible, maybe less accessible, which I think is what
Right.
you're going at.
Yeah.
I think that's probably true.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, for sure. But Dota's cool. I like it
All those
excited.
items. I was reading through. We're going to talk about the items next week,
because
but
we just still don't know.
I was reading
jack
through the
about 'em.
items, and some of
You're
those are pretty awesome.
There's some
There's
really crazy
neat
good
ideas.
stuff.
Yeah.
One of them already got nerfed. Glimmer Cape got nerfed already.
Good. It needed it.
Aw.
That thing's
It
bullcrap.
was quick. It was really quick. Brian, I want to know how you're feeling. How are you feeling today? I don't have a good gauge on where you're at.
Yeah, no, I'm feeling great. Really liking 6.84.
What's your favorite thing?
I have noticed you haven't shaved today, which is
Yeah.
very out of character for
I
you.
love
making me
shaving. I do
uncomfortable.
like shaving.
Yeah.
What's my favorite thing about 6.84?
Correct.
Oh, I'm glad you asked. Crystal Maiden buffs.
Wow. Wow. Well, I'm sure we're gonna get to her, but man,
Yeah.
she might. This is controversial. She might be viable now.
She was,
She was viable before now,
Yeah.
Ben.
Let me just say this. Crystal Maiden Ultimate plus Glimmer Cape
Probably Unreal. Yeah.
Oh my.
And that Octarine core thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
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 All kinds of options, I would think.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, in all seriousness, I've had a lot of fun with it because I've been learning a lot of new heroes.
Okay.
I've been stepping into our mid role
Yeah,
a little
you
bit
have been.
more here. And yeah, just doing a lot of practice matches, which have been really good. Played some Invoker,
Yeah.
playing the keyboard.
Did you really?
Yeah,
Wow, that's great.
I've actually been really liking Invoker. He's fun.
I don't think I ever would have thought you would say that, actually.
Yeah, real
I'm
hard.
still-
real hard to play him.
I'm still incredibly intimidated by Invoker.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm actually
so am
just
I.
surprised more. Not that you wouldn't be interested, but just I'm surprised you even tried.
Yeah, the guts. It's impressive.
That's- yeah.
Mid Enchantress.
Kudos
a lot of
to
fun.
you.
Oh yeah.
Enchantress is the new sniper, by the way.
Enchantress is so good right now.
What does that mean? Everybody's saying that. What does that mean?
She just stands back and plinks heroes until they die.
Okay.
Enchantress OP. Enchantress noob
Yep.
hero.
So that's what people are saying, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Good. I've been feeling great. Great about Dota. It's
Great.
good. It's like Christmas. It's like
Yeah, it
Christmas
does
for
feel
us.
like that.
Christmas in May.
With the compendium and the big patch, it feels
Right.
pretty awesome.
Compendirino.
yes.
Ben, we're not supposed to talk about the compendium.
Well, again, I thought just earlier you said we could at least mention that it's happened.
Those are your rules, Ben. I'm going by your rules. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Ben.
My rules are based on your rules from the previous week.
All right.
I'm
late-
trying to follow yours.
All
Let's
right.
just move on.
Let's just move on.
Let's move on to Cheeks.
So
What's going on, Cheeks?
Let's hear about him. Yeah.
Well, I'm thrilled with 6.84 so far.
Thrilled.
It feels
Okay.
a lot more actiony, and I honestly
Yeah.
think that they're trying to turn the game into Heroes of the Storm because it feels like there's been like a ton more team fights. It feels like all the matches are just like all team fights all the time.
But that's good. You think?
So I mean that's much like what I was experiencing with Heroes of the Storm. We were playing it earlier this week, but yeah, my hats before strats kind of thing is sort of worked and sort
I
of
forgot
not
about
worked.
that.
How could
The
you forget
new
about that?
Immortals are out, and I got the Pugna Immortal, so I took a Pugna and we lost that game.
Yeah.
But then I got the Sand King mask helmet, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And played some Sand King, which I haven't played in a really long time. And
So
I had probably the best Sand King game I've ever had.
Wow.
All thanks to hats.
Absolutely.
Great.
So I'm feeling real good about 6.84.
That's
Also,
awesome.
the games don't seem to be lasting as long, which is really, really nice.
Yeah, that
real-
is nice.
It's very nice, yeah.
That is nice.
All right. So guys, we've got a lot to talk about,
Okay.
but I get bored easily. So we're gonna set a limit on it.
Yes.
We're gonna talk for 60 minutes, and Cheeks, we'll kind of catch you at the end of the show here. Okay.
This is a
Okay.
yes. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Yep. There he goes.
So we're gonna, bye, Cheeks.
All right.
So this is a good idea, Ben. I
we're
originally
okay, go ahead,
had many more things on the list to talk about, but you reeled me back in.
Well, I had initially said
Yeah.
let's talk about like these 13 heroes.
And there's more to talk about than just 13.
There
heroes,
are.
I
There's
think.
tons to talk about. And then you had
But-
made a list of heroes, and it was like 29.
30.
Oh, it was on to 30. Yeah.
Yeah, and I said, Brian, the point was to scale it back a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think our show is the show that people come to get in-depth knowledge.
Right.
Let's
Yeah.
hope not, right? I mean, come on.
Look, if Merlini can do a patch update video in 25 minutes, surely we can do an hour and a half.
Yeah, because
Or an hour,
we know
60
everything
minutes.
about Dota that Morlini knows.
Well, he was able to. He's like, here, 25 minutes. That's all you're getting.
But that's efficiency. I don't think we have that kind of efficiency.
Oh, Christ. No.
Yeah.
Well, look at us. We've been talking for 4 minutes about us not talking for an hour.
Yeah, we've accomplished nothing
Yes.
so far.
All right.
Have we started the timer?
Okay, start the
So
timer, Jared.
we're starting it now. Did you start it already?
I started it before you said that.
I tried to time it.
To read the future, I need entrails!
All right, so here we go. We're talking about heroes today. That's all we're talking about. Next week, we're going to talk about the economy updates and what
Yeah.
else? The items?
I think we're going to try to do both, yeah.
Okay.
We're going to talk about what we want to talk about.
And then we'll probably go over the compendium next week if we have time and all that kind of stuff.
We're just
So
going to
anyway.
talk about 6.84 until we get tired of talking about 6.64.
Yeah, so 6 weeks.
So here we go,
Yeah,
gentlemen.
probably.
Patch gameplay update 6.84 hit the servers Monday night?
No.
Tuesday.
No, it was Monday because we were recording Monday, weren't we?
Well, the balance changes came out on Monday, but it didn't hit the servers until like
Yeah,
Wednesday.
the announcement was Monday.
right.
Yeah, the
Okay.
announcement was Monday. That's
Yeah,
right.
but that's all old news. So
Yep.
anyway, let's talk about the heroes that were changed. And again, this isn't all of them, and this isn't intended to be exhaustive or whatever.
Educational.
But take this with a grain of salt. We don't know what we're talking about.
But please send us complaints anyways, because we love those.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, so Jared, we're going to start with Alchemist.
Okay.
This is the first one on the list. This is one of my favorite changes.
This is such a neat change. I love
Yeah.
this change.
Okay, we'll preface this by saying I think a lot of the changes that they've made are just really interesting.
Batshit crazy.
Yeah, bizarre, I was going to say.
Bizarre,
They're
yeah.
kind of nuts, though.
Yeah,
Okay, so here are the changes.
Yeah.
All right. Unstable concoction countdown can now be seen by enemies.
All right, that's fine. Whatever.
Unstable concoction now has an area targeting cursor. 'Cause
Right.
It used to be just like you click on a dude to shoot
Yeah.
it.
Mhm.
But now you can click on the ground. Which means theoretically, Jared, you shouldn't be self-stunning anymore.
See, I have tried to play around with them a little bit. I feel like I still can still self-stun pretty easily.
If you get your timing wrong, is that
Yeah,
why?
I don't know.
Well, you can just throw it anywhere, though, now.
I don't think you can. I think you still have to target a hero. It just gives you an AoE targeting.
Oh, so it's like Lich style.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's like
Okay.
it's like it's like a auto lock on a first person shooter.
Right, I think.
You're still aiming at somebody, you just don't have to aim well.
Right, I think that's what's going
Is
on.
that kind of what it is?
I think so.
Okay.
Interesting.
I haven't played it, so I don't know.
Yeah, well, I just played it very briefly, but that's what it felt like.
All right, and here's where it starts to get crazy, guys.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
where stuff gets real.
Grievel's Greed now grants 4x gold bounty from runes.
What?
Right. So first round, first rune is the 100 rune, right?
Yeah.
Right.
400 gold
Right off the bat.
right off the bat.
Well, and more XP. The XP, right?
And then
no,
it's
it just
200 gold every time.
oh, it's just the gold. Okay.
Because it's
Yeah.
worth 50.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
yeah. So
That's insane, though.
it's so awesome.
And they just scale.
You can get you can get like a 4-minute Midas
All right.
without even really trying.
So we've got him. He's stunning a little better. Maybe it's a little easier to see he's going to stun, but he's stunning a little better. He's
Right.
getting all this gold now, which
Yeah.
he's supposed to do anyways. What else we got, Brian?
All right. Alchemist can now cast Aghanim Scepter to directly grant any allied hero all Aghanim Scepter bonuses as a buff, the hero upgrade, and the stat upgrade. The scepter is consumed in the process. Multiple instances of this buff do not stack. Alchemist can target himself as well. So, tell me what's going on here, Jared.
So
insane.
he can build an Ag Scepter and then basically consume it to just get the stats, so to open up an item slot for himself, or he can consume it on someone else, and they get all the Ag Scepter upgrades.
Like
So-
Tango style.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like
Isn't this insane?
it is so nuts.
So basically, you can have 7 slots now.
Well, you can have more than
Essentially.
that because of some of the items we're not talking about today.
Yeah, with
too.
Yeah.
like Moonshard
Oh,
and
yeah,
stuff.
Yeah, that's nuts.
I think the games are going to go faster, but if they go long, it's going to be insane.
Yeah, no, absolutely. There's so many more like just technical things that can happen late game.
Yeah.
That just it's so awesome.
But I like those changes because I think it speeds the game along.
Right, you're not going to see another 3-hour game in my opinion now.
Yeah.
I don't think so either. It feels like the games are going to go pretty fast, but
Yeah.
this is neat. So basically, you've got a pretty efficient farmer in him,
Yeah.
and he can basically be a support farmer because he's farming up items for other people. So he's basically going to help you get ags faster because you're concentrating on something else potentially.
Yeah. Well, here's the biggest issue I ran with, because we did a quick bot match with
We
him,
messed around with it a little bit, yeah.
and I consumed it onto Brian. He was playing Enchantress, so he got a quick ags. It was like 12 minutes.
Yeah.
But then the thing is, I'm a level 7 alchemist that has a high level of Grievel's Greed and 800 hit points.
Right?
Yeah,
So,
you really can't do anything.
Yeah, because once you consume the whatchamacallit,
Here's using all those
ags
stats.
on another hero,
Yeah.
once you cast it on them or whatever, you lose all the stats from it.
It's really, the way I see it, maybe being...
So you lose like 400 health almost.
Of course, yeah. I see it being effective as a 4 protect 1 strategy, right?
Oh, for sure.
Isn't that where it's going to come into play?
Yeah.
Which maybe, is that not a viable strategy?
No, I think it's totally viable now.
Okay.
I think it's more viable.
You think it's more viable?
Well, it's
so what's the...
You'd have to do. Yeah, it's 4 protect 1 in that. I think you'd have to do like 4 cores with your like farming alchemist. Like you'd basically bank on him like never really having a ton of items, right?
He's just feeding. I mean, it just depends. I think maybe, do you do it just to feed 1 ags maybe? Or do you do it late? I guess I don't know when it's going to come in handy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
Well,
really interesting.
Something like that might be.
And a lot of heroes that you want to get Ag Scepter on, you want to get them like second, at worst, third item. So
Yeah.
I think you do it pretty early, right?
yeah.
For most
so
of these guys.
like Enchantress, she wants that eggs quick. You know, so
Yeah.
that Impetus gets
Or Tiny.
tiny exactly was
But
the
like
other one
on-
we were thinking of.
Like, if you have Luna, though, like you were wondering about, you were playing Luna a couple nights ago, and it's not a core item on her, but it's nice to have if you get it, I
That
think.
might be one
because-
that you would farm up a little later.
Yeah.
Get the
Yeah.
eggs on the
Yeah, for sure.
from an alchemist on her. I
Yeah.
could see that.
Yeah,
So many new eggs things
Oh my
going
gosh.
on in this patch.
so
that
awesome.
It's like the item plus Ags
Yeah,
upgrade.
it's opened up so many
Yeah.
possibilities. But this is, I think it's really neat.
so Alchemist, I think, got the most interesting change.
Yeah,
I think so, because
I want to see it in pro games. I don't know if we're going
Yeah.
to, but I kind of want to.
he's like it's like a new style of support,
Yeah, yeah.
which
I would
is really
agree.
weird. And we don't know yet whether it's viable or not.
No. Well, here's the thing: is he any better off? He's basically in the same. Well, is the bounty room make him?
Yes.
Does that do enough to
That
make
in
him
of itself,
come
I
back
think-
into it anyways?
He will come back into the meta just because of that, in my opinion.
So we're going to see some of these eggs exchanges just because of that.
I
Because these
think
late
so.
games are going to happen occasionally. We'll see some of it. It seems like.
I think yeah, he has become much more viable than he was.
Okay, so exciting
But
things.
but
for
I think
Alchemist.
as a support probably.
Okay, yeah, I think so too. I think as support makes most sense.
Which is one of your favorite supports.
Yeah, historically it
Alchemist,
definitely
yeah.
has been one of my favorites to play.
Yeah. Okay.
So next hero.
Yeah, next hero,
Let's keep moving.
Centaur War Runner.
Ah yes.
Return now triggers when attacks land rather than when they start. Blah,
So
blah,
this
blah.
they did this with a couple things actually, and
Yeah.
it makes a lot of sense because before, when you attacked him, you got the return damage before your attack landed.
Which is weird.
Yeah, it's just a weird interaction.
It probably makes some weird stuff.
Yeah,
But the real deal here is the Ag Scepter upgrade for Centaur.
this is legit.
Stampede reduces all incoming damage by 70% and allows allies to run through obstructions, trees, cliffs, etc., and destroys trees in the process. So this is, I almost see this as like almost like a poor man's guardian angel from Omni Knight almost.
Huh.
A little bit.
I mean, they're not
It-
immune. Are they? What are they immune to?
They're
It's
not immune. It's just 70%
reduction.
reduction. Right.
Yeah, so they could still get stunned.
All incoming damage.
But I like it.
It's
still.
during the
It's pretty
stampede
neat.
duration, correct?
Yes.
And stampede duration is not that long.
No, it's like
So they're running and they're
4 or 5
more
seconds.
tanky
Not even
days.
that.
Yeah.
Like 3-4 seconds. Yeah. So, but like the counter initiation on that though would be absolutely insane,
Oh yeah,
right? Because
Yeah.
I mean that's such a long time where you're not taking any damage.
yeah. That's really
Yeah.
it's good. I like
it's
it.
definitely a buff.
I don't
know
think-
else
yeah,
you can
I
say
don't
it.
know how often you're gonna see it.
It depends on how often you see Alchemist.
I guess yeah.
Okay. And Jared, moving on to Chaos Knight.
Yes.
A interesting change here.
I think it's a pretty significant change, Brian.
Yeah, Chaos Bolt minimum damage from 150, 75, 100 to 75, 100, 125, 150. So I think the big difference here is at level 1,
Exactly.
you go from a minimum damage of 1 to now 75.
It's a pretty big change.
It's a substantial difference, I
Yeah.
think, for sure.
It's taken a little bit less of that the RNG out, and I mean he still has a lot of it because his ultimate is RNG based as well now, and
Yeah, because I think he's got to be tough to balance because when he rolls the dice and he hits it lucky, it's great.
oh yeah,
But like, if he doesn't, then it sucks.
right.
So I don't know.
And he's got a mana pool of about 120 to start with.
Does he really?
It's so small.
Oh my goodness.
It's nuts.
Yeah. So do you think we start to see more Chaos Knight because of this?
We've already seen more Chaos Knight.
Okay.
I've seen at least 2 competitively in the past week. So
Yeah.
that's more than I think the whole patch of 6.83 had.
Right. Yeah, that's a really good point. Chaos Knight IO. It's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, I mean it's the classic.
I think that would be a good combo.
It's the
Well, it
classic.
has been a good combo, and I
Yeah.
think it's going to be back for sure.
All right, so let's talk about Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden got buffed.
Oh, yeah.
Some very good,
So-
nice buffs in my opinion.
Believe it or not, I think she's viable now.
Wow.
No.
Okay.
She's always been viable.
She's viable now.
I would agree with that.
She went from trash. Well, everybody's viable.
She went from being viable to being more viable.
She went from being garbage tier to being pretty good.
Oh, she was not garbage tier.
Oh, she was not the best. There were so many better options before. I think
there were different options.
I'll say this. So I don't think there was a good reason to pick her before, but now I think you'd want to pick her.
Yeah.
I think there was always a good time to pick her.
Well, we've
right,
disagreed. We've disagreed on that, but I think
moving forward, I think we're going to be on the same page.
we're on the same page again.
Great.
I guess that's what I'm trying to go
Perfect.
with.
Okay.
My Crystal Maiden hate train is over. I think that's what it boils down to.
That's sad.
That's great.
That's sad.
Well, I'll find somebody else I don't like. But
all right, we'll see if we can find somebody
All
else.
right,
we can
here's the
disagree on.
buffs. Let's talk about it.
Sure, fine.
Crystal Nova movement speed and attack speed from minus 30 at all levels to minus 20, 30, 40, 50.
What?
So
That's so good.
It gets better as you level it up.
Yeah,
Right.
that's great.
So level 1, it's not as strong, but level 4, much stronger.
Much
So
stronger.
what I've been wanting is for her to be faster, but they just made everybody else slower, and that's a positive thing.
And that's a pretty big
I mean, that's a
area,
good
too.
Yeah, it is.
I think that's a big deal.
Yeah.
And then there's even more.
Crystal Nova slow duration changed from 3.5 at level 1 to 5 at level 4 to 4.5 at all levels.
Yeah.
So it's mostly a buff, except late.
Most
Yeah.
I think that's a big deal.
I think
also.
helping out her early game that she lost a little bit.
That's
on the
what
other
she
one.
was having
So,
an
yeah.
issue with. I think so.
I think she was always good early.
Not the people I ever have supporting
All right,
me
yeah.
as Crystal Maiden.
Well, it's in the past, so it doesn't matter anymore.
Frostbite cooldown reduced from just basically 1 second at all levels.
Yeah.
So at level 4, the uptime on this is 50%.
which is awesome.
That's crazy.
that's good.
She's really
That's
good
crazy
now. She's
good.
actually really, really strong now.
Freezing field cooldown from 150, 120, 90 to 90 seconds at all levels.
That's also amazing.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Well,
That's a
because
huge difference.
before, I mean, when I played Crystal Maiden, I skipped it for quite a while, honestly.
really?
I did.
Dude, that's a huge mistake.
I disagree.
That's a huge
It-
Do you,
mistake.
No,
the mana cost on that?
It was a legitimate, and that's still going to be an issue though. The mana cost
But
is not going to go away.
I have never had a game. I have always gotten like 3 kills with that early.
No.
Yeah.
No way.
Nobody has BKB out. People don't. People. That's
Disagree.
fine. We're gonna
Disagree.
agree. We're gonna disagree to disagree.
We've always disagreed
Yes.
about Crystal Maiden, all of us.
Right. So anyway,
She's
Crystal Maiden,
polarizing.
she's good now. Get a glimmer cape on her. Win the game.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. All right, Jared. One of your favorites, Darkseer.
Absolutely. This dude is going to be super relevant.
Didn't they do some nice things to him? Yeah, he's going
Yeah.
to be really strong again too.
This
he-
guy is going to be legit.
He's gotten a couple minor buffs that add up to quite a bit of nice stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Ion shell duration increased from 20 to 25 seconds.
Yeah.
Wall of replica damage dealt by illusions from 70, 80, 90 to 60, 75, 90.
All right.
Which that's a bit of a nerf. A slight nerf at
That's just
levels
fine.
1 and 2.
That's fine.
Wall of replica duration from 15, 30, 45 to 45 seconds at all levels.
I'll take that other nerf for that buff any day of the week, brother.
Heck yeah. And the Wall of Replica mana cost was decreased from 200, 300, 400 to 125, 250, 375.
Yeah.
So, not a big deal there.
Early on walls are much better now.
Yeah, heck
Is
yeah.
what it comes down to. And the Ion Shell Harass is just going to be even more through the roof. If you can get a double creep wave Ion Shell like on your side, it pushes so fast.
Yeah.
That spell is just stupid.
What level do you have to have that to do that?
To push out a full wave, like I think level 3 with 2 of them.
Okay, that's not
I
too
think-
bad. That's not too bad.
So yeah, that should come close to taking out an entire wave.
Yeah. Okay. So Darkseer, good hero.
Good hero.
Dragon Knight, which was our hero of the week last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And caused much stress. Breathe Fire now also reduces base damage by 20, 25, 30, 35% for 8 seconds.
Yeah, this thing that's a big change.
That's real nice in lane.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me, I guess Razor doesn't really do that, but it's kind of some lane harass or prevents, it's like an anti-carry move.
Yeah, it's
Kind
Bane's
of similar
and
to
Feeble.
what, yeah, right. And corrosive breath damage is now lethal, which I actually saw a match where that mattered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it can kill towers too. That counts for that now.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I think it's okay.
Yeah.
I think he's a little better.
Yeah.
I think he's definitely better.
Yeah.
And he got a buff to the splash damage in the
Right.
Elder Dragon.
I don't know if we'll
Level
see
2
more
and
of him.
3D.
2 or 3. I've already seen more of him.
Have you? Okay.
Tons more.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's like tier 1 pick right now.
Are you surprised that it was jump? Because when we talked last week because
I didn't think it was going to be that
we talked about the
significant.
changes. We didn't anticipate that.
Yeah, I thought he'd go from being completely ignored at all times to situationally strong.
So did I. Yeah, I'm surprised that
And-
he's that strong already.
Yeah.
It's
Still early. It's really early.
Yeah.
It's a pretty significant change to his laning, which I think is one of the biggest reasons that you're seeing him.
Yeah, well, I think so too.
Yeah, and we'll talk about it more next week, but I think some of the items that were introduced also helped him out quite a
Yes,
bit.
I think he was
Enchanted Mango,
Yeah,
big time.
Is that making a big difference for
I
him?
think
I guess
so.
I didn't really
Yeah.
think how that was
any
gonna play
sort of
into it.
strength cores that enchanted mango that like have really poor HP or mana pools.
Silver Edge?
Yeah,
Oh, boy.
Well, and
Silver
maybe
Edge on
that's
that
the big
guy.
difference because we hadn't had a real good chance to look at the item choices when we
yeah. I
really
think
kind
he
of
got some
talked
decent
about it.
indirect buffs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think with the meta changing the way it is. For
Okay,
sure.
let's move on to Enchantress. The untouchable attack slow was changed around a little bit, just slightly buffed. About 10 at each level.
That's a spell that didn't need buff though.
I know, you're telling me
That was stupid good already.
Making something good even better, right?
Oh, good
it's now
lord.
130 at level 4.
That's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
That is unreal.
One thing that's really nice, enchant can now be cast on controlled units to refresh the enchant duration.
I have no idea why that wasn't a thing before.
Yeah, it makes so much sense.
Yeah,
Impetus now pierces spell immunity.
That's a pretty big
So
deal.
if you have
that's a
BKB up,
huge deal.
yeah.
What changed so much with her that she's the new sniper? Like, what is it?
Impetus
what's
piercing.
it's,
Yeah.
it's the piercing.
Yeah,
is
it's-
that what everybody's excited about? I haven't played much Enchantress, so I'm not really sure what the big.
Yeah, I think
deal
that's
is
the
about
biggest change. It's exactly why you saw Lena come around in 6.83.
So her range on her auto attack was pretty good already, but now it's just the spell piercing is the
Yes.
big deal. Okay, okay.
Yeah, but I think it's pretty easily counterable though. Like just build a diffusal blade.
Yeah, that
Or,
makes sense.
Or get necro units up.
Right.
Yeah, because if she does lose her mana, she's screwed,
Yeah, she's totally screwed.
and she doesn't have a big HP pool to fall back on. So
You can burst. You can burst her down real easily.
yeah,
Yeah,
but Untouchable's great.
yeah, she's still good.
If you're going against physical damage cores,
Game
Enchantress, yeah, game
over.
Okay.
Enigma got some buffs. Midnight Pulse cast point improved from 0.3 to 0.2, which just happened to a couple of heroes, and that doesn't sound like a lot. 0.3 to 0.2.
It's a third of the time though.
Yes, it's actually a big deal.
So when they're talking, okay, I get lost on the cast point thing. We're
Okay.
essentially just talking about how fast it is for something to get out, right? The ability to actually
The
activate it,
animation,
the animation to actually
the
get out of
animation
it.
to complete. Yeah.
So
So, the
it-
time that you,
It makes a pretty big deal, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
absolutely.
going to make a huge deal.
yeah. The
So it's
time
like
that-
the time it takes Enigma to like raise his hands and like do the thing.
yeah.
So that's huge.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
that-
it's a third of
especially for the pro scene. That's
Well,
a,
yeah.
a huge thing for the pro scene. So.
yeah, but I mean, you're going to see it and notice it in games for
No,
sure.
of course, I would think so.
Especially
Yeah.
like you got to think like blinking in and doing the ultimate. You have
Oh,
less
yeah.
time to react. Now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
a huge deal. Okay, great.
So Black Hole now does a constant 55, 110, 165 damage per second, regardless of proximity to the center. I like this change a lot.
I like that a lot too.
Yeah, so the damage is going to be more consistent, and even more so,
And greater.
Black Hole mana cost from 275, 350, 425 to 275, 325, 375. So the mana cost as you scale it was reduced
Which is good.
because it used to be as an Enigma player, a lot of times you wouldn't get more than 1 point in this.
Right.
Because the cooldown only reduced by like 10 seconds,
Mm-hmm.
and the damage didn't really scale that well. You weren't really picking it for the damage.
Yeah, Black Hole wasn't picked for damage before.
But the damage now scales quite nicely. And the fact that it doesn't have like that weird like min-max thing, depending on how far away you are
Right.
from it. So I think that's real nice.
Yeah.
And Enigma was already getting picked somewhat regularly.
Yeah.
But I think we'll expect to see him a lot more now.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's talk about Gyrocopter, the
yeah.
angry flying. Is he like a dwarf? Is that what he is?
Well, I think he
gnome?
he was a dwarf in Warcraft 3. I'm assuming where they pulled it initially.
Okay. I thought he had kind of gnome-like qualities.
I think they were dwarves.
Okay.
I don't know. It's been a while since I played Warcraft.
But he's an
3.
angry dude either way.
Well, yeah,
he's a get off my lawn
He's a
type
little
dude.
surly.
Get
Yeah,
off
I think
my
that's fair.
lawn.
He actually does say that, by the way.
Rocket Barrage.
He does. Yeah, he says, "Get off my lawn."
I love it. Rocket Barrage no longer has a cast point.
Okay,
None.
Can I just say
None.
I played one
So again,
game.
that's huge.
I played
Yeah.
one game as a gyrocopter, and I want to apologize for the people I played with in the community. So sorry about that game, guys. But early game, Rocket Barrage,
Oh, it was already okay, and now it's probably
so
fantastic.
good.
Yeah, oh, it's great.
So good.
Yeah.
Did you do the Shadow Blade thing? How do you play?
No.
How do you play him?
Poorly.
Well, yeah, as do I. I always want to
Uh,
be good at gyrocopter. I think I should be able to be
Yeah.
good at him, but I'm really bad at him.
Yeah, I think I went S and Y into Satanic and ended up getting a butterfly as well.
Okay.
But we
Okay.
still lost.
But yeah, Rocket Barrage has some great.
Well, that's
Yeah.
especially nice for chasing, right? Like that's
Oh, yeah.
supposed to be kind of
It's
the...
great for everything. If you once you it has a, I feel like it interacts strange, if that makes sense. So it's a little hard to kind of get your head around initially, but
Yeah.
once you figure it out, it's fantastic. I think that's the way I'd probably describe it.
Yeah, it is one of those. It's like playing Clockwork, and if you've never played Clockwork before, like when you just cast the cogs, they just cast, and you don't really.
You
think
wouldn't
about
know
that.
how
Yeah,
it's going to really work
exactly.
initially, and
So,
I think it's kind of like that. But it's
Or-
nice. It's a nice.
Or
ability.
like Concussive Shot on Skywrath Mage.
yeah,
yeah, all
kinda
those
hit it
all
and it
those
just kinda
abilities.
picks somebody.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
those are all good.
The call down
Examples.
missile 2 slow duration from 3 to 4 seconds. Kind of a minor buff there.
Call down's so good though.
It is good. It's a nice ability.
Such a low cooldown.
Invoker. The Invoker intelligence gain was changed from 2.5 to 3.2.
That is nuts, by the way.
That's nice.
You've actually been playing some Invoker now.
Playing is the key word here. Yes.
Trying in bot matches,
Yes,
probably.
playing is the key word. Not being successful is the key phrase.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Okay, fair enough.
So if I've by the way, I feel like, well, I don't want to speak for Ben here, but at least for me and for Jared,
Sure.
if we've played any
Please speak for
matches
me.
with you lately, we would like to formally apologize for those matches.
I would say that I understand what they are feeling because I play matches with you guys sometimes too.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
It's rough.
it is rough.
Yeah.
Moving on here with Invoker. Invoke no longer triggers the cooldown if it only swaps the ability slots, so a little quality of life change there. Sunstrike cooldown changed from 30 to 25 seconds.
Oh, okay. So they're bringing back Exord. They're trying to bring back the Exord.
Yeah. Max level Deafening Blast, Quas, Wex, and Exor, all at max level, is now a non-targetable circular wave released in every direction around Invoker. Holy crap!
That is ridiculous.
That is nice. That's like ultimate level ability good.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
Can you tell us what Deafening Blast does, Brian? For those
That would
may
that
not
would
know.
help. Like
It-
me because I never play Invoker.
It like just pushes dudes back.
Yeah, it's basically like a
like a force push.
yeah,
Yeah, it's like a force push.
Yeah,
exactly
helps
like
me,
that.
yeah.
And it does
Right.
damage, I think.
I think so.
Yeah. I don't know. Part of playing Invoker is actually knowing what all the spells do too. And I know like
You
I
need
know
a roadmap.
Yes, I know the meatball and I know the whirlwind or the tornado.
the meatball is not the efficient actual name for that, is it?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Meteor something.
Meteor
Meteor
something.
Strike. Yeah.
I say okay. I need to do the meatball.
I know what
here.
you're referring to. Yeah, you
So
like
I
to call
need-
it the meatball. That's
Need
fine.
two levels of this and one level of this.
I know like
It's like
the one thing that it does.
Are there any abilities that you call the spaghetti? It's okay if you do.
the ice wall?
You call it the spaghetti.
Sure.
So I got my spaghetti and my meatball. That's how Brian. You should hear him over
Yeah.
the voice chat when we play Invoker.
Spaghetti, meatball.
And then it's just lots of yelling. So spaghetti, meatball. Ah!
So anyway, that's a nice upgrade for him.
Good.
I think
Sure.
that's like ultimate level ability good in my opinion. It's really nice.
Well, I think all of his abilities are really good.
He's just hard to play.
Yeah.
yeah, that is the balance there. Is that his abilities are really good at the cost of him being hard.
I'm
to play.
excited about the next one.
Keeper.
I kind of wanted to talk about this one.
Coddle of the Light.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's neat.
So Coddle of the Light, Mana Leak cooldown changed from 16 seconds to 16, 14, 12, 10.
That's pretty nice.
So you level that up, the cooldown goes down.
That's pretty nice.
Okay, here's something that's really
This is the one that I think's interesting.
this is
Yeah.
bonkos here.
Yeah.
Chakra Magic now adds a buff that reduces the cooldown of the next spell its target casts by 1, 2, 3, or 4 seconds. Buff lasts 12 seconds. So as you level that up, that buff gets better.
Yeah, that's insane.
is so-
What?
That is so weird.
I just think that I'm a little concerned, but I'm also excited about just the introduction of cooldown reduction into the game.
Yeah.
We've got an item that's going to do it, and we've got this that's going to do it. And that just is going to change some things because all of
For
a sudden you
sure.
don't have to sit around for some team fights to happen, or
Right.
kind of avoid a team fight. You have a little bit more control over when those things are going to happen or how they're going
Yeah.
to play out. Because there's some ultimates that are pretty low cooldown also, or some abilities that are low cooldown
Yeah.
already, and then all of a sudden it's like on a 0 cooldown. Maybe if it was if it
Yeah.
had a 50% uptime, for example.
Yeah, you can have it back to back.
Right, that's a big deal.
Yeah, I think of abilities like that, or like Bristleback's Quill Spray. Mm-hmm. Something that's already like you can make that spammable basically at that
Yeah.
point.
Are we feeling okay about it, or are we concerned? Is it going to be? It's going to be abused somewhere. How is? I
th-
don't know how yet, but something's going to be broken.
Luckily, the two things. First off, the item that reduces the cooldowns is pretty expensive, is it not?
It's not cheap. No, it's
so
not cheap.
I mean, and it takes up an item slot,
it does
and we already had a refresher orb that
kind of
could-
do the same,
kind of did the same thing.
but you can do that with this.
Right? No, for sure. I understand. But I'm just saying it's not super accessible.
Yeah.
Probably intentionally so.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly.
This one more so is.
But the the thing with the Keeper of the Light is
Coddle of the Light.
he has almost no hit points.
Right.
Yeah.
The reason
So
Keeper
you're
of the
saying
Light
you just
fell
target,
off
you just target him,
is he is the squishiest thing ever.
and they didn't fix that.
No,
So
he still has the lowest starting HP of any
Yeah.
player in the game.
So he's maybe
He's got like 452 hit points at start.
So he's maybe more tempting to pick now.
Oh, absolutely.
But he's
I think
still
he's
really
relevant.
but he's a liability.
But yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I think it's one of those things. It's kind of like IO. Huge upsides, but very much a downside as well.
Yeah.
I
okay.
mean, the burst ability and there's just a lot of potential bad.
Yeah.
that
Well,
could come.
Alchemist could always buy him an Ags.
Yeah, absolutely could.
I think I start to ask what the heck's going on when cooldown reduction is added to like half the items.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
only you can only get it from 2 places right now. I'm fine
So you think
with
it's okay? I'm excited about it. It was having played a lot of League of Legends at one point in time. That was one that caused some issues, so I think that's why I'm nervous. That kind of stat cooldown reduction. Stat
Yeah, I
was
think
one
as
that
long
was
as it doesn't
kinda hard.
become like super prevalent.
Well,
Yeah.
and I also think that the coddle cooldown reduction has a different function and utility than the lotus petal or lotus flower, whatever it is,
Not ready to talk about
The
that
Black
stuff.
Lotus.
Yeah.
or octarine core, whatever it
magic
is.
card.
Yeah, Black Lotus, $3,000 cooldown reduction. Yeah,
I agree. No, I think you're right.
so there we go.
Yeah.
But it's interesting.
It's cool. I'm in favor of it right
Yeah,
now.
no, I like
I'm
it.
excited
I
to
think
see what
it's
it
fun.
does.
Okay. All right, Legion Commander, Moment of Courage counterattack changed from 16, 18, 20, 22 to 25%. Moment of Courage lifesteal was buffed a little bit. Moment of Courage cooldown changed from 0.9 to 2.7, 2.1, 1.5.9.
Okay.
Basically, it makes jungling Legion Commander a little bit better, but I don't really think you should jungle on her anyway.
I think the more interesting change is she has Ags now.
Yes, the duel lasts until either Legion Commander or her target dies. Ends if duelists are ever more than 2,000 range apart. So that's her Ag Scepter upgrade.
It's interesting. I don't think it's one that you'll see.
I don't understand this.
Well, yeah, tell me what it does differently, because isn't that how it worked anyways?
No,
Or
no. Duel has a duration.
But it seemed like, I guess here's the thing. It's
Early game, you see a duel not
not be finished.
be finished.
So it's an early game change more than a late game change.
Yes, in my opinion.
But you have to buy the Ags.
Exactly, which is not an early game item.
Yeah, I think it's...
So I don't think it's a change really you're going to see too
This
much.
was my least favorite Ags change I think
Oh,
I read
yeah.
in the entire patch notes, to be honest.
I would agree with it. I don't think it's one that you're going to see too often.
No.
It's like Luna's old one.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, it is what it is then, huh?
Yeah.
Yep. Still viable, still good. I think that I
prob-
like Legion Commander. a lot.
Probably not much Ags, though.
No.
Okay.
Okay, let's talk about Life Stealer.
Yeah, let's.
This was awesome. Oh, this one's exciting.
Feast is now considered normal bonus damage. You can crit and cleave off of it. I think that's a great change.
That is. It's like what they tried to do with Huskar, except it might make him actually
Right.
a good hero.
Open Wounds Lifesteal increased from scaling with levels to 50% at all levels. Also a very good change.
Yeah.
Actually, that's huge. It was 15 at level 1. Now it's 50%.
50. Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's a big deal.
That's, yeah.
But let's talk about his Ag Scepter upgrade. Grants an entirely new skill called Assimilate.
Yeah.
Assimilate allows Lifestealer to target an allied hero and swallow them, allowing them to hide in Lifestealer. Any healing Lifestealer receives is shared with the assimilated hero.
Oh, yeah, it is.
That's awesome. The assimilated hero can release itself at any time by clicking on the buff icon to erupt outward and deal 300 damage to enemies in a 700 area of effect. If Lifestealer dies or assimilates another hero, the currently assimilated hero will automatically exit. Issuing any order with your hero a few seconds after being assimilated will take you out. So basically what you're doing here is with this new ability, you're consuming a hero. So they're inside of Lifestealer.
Right.
And then Lifestealer infests another hero. So basically you have the triple Lifestealer bomb.
Yeah, it's...
Can you wait? You can do that? I thought it was one or the other.
No. It's a new ability.
So you can do both.
Yeah. So you're assimilating.
So you can, okay. So you'd have to assimilate somebody. This I even missed this part. Then
Yeah,
so you can
yeah.
actually,
This is next level.
I thought it was cool before that. So you can eat somebody, and then you can jump inside somebody else.
Yeah.
Is what you're telling me?
Right. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I'm telling you.
I didn't know it stacked like
Think
that.
of doing this with Storm Spirit, somebody with Blink Dagger,
Oh, that's so much better than I thought it was. I thought it was just
Anyone?
neat that you could eat somebody.
Tide Hunter blinking in, Ravaging, Lifestealer bomb, death.
I love it.
Yeah, it's
pretty exciting.
It's kind of... It's definitely clowny.
I think he can use the stats anyways from Ags, right? So you might
Yeah,
see
totally.
I think you might see
Yeah,
it.
you
Jared, we can finally add another person to our combo.
to our Spirit Breaker Lifestealer.
Well, honestly, this is something that we would probably do
Legion
because
Commander.
we're horrible at ganking people, and this would kind of force it, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Don't you
imagine,
think? I mean,
imagine
like,
that.
If he eats you and you're in there, and hey, you guys, we're going for a ride, and here
Yeah.
we go.
The
and-
only strats that somewhat work for us are cheese strats. In the We
This
Like
is
Dota
perfect.
League, the only thing that kept us in the game
Was
It's
one
the one
match-
game that we almost won.
we had a level 1 Roche. It was
Right.
a cheese strat, right? That's
Yeah.
the only one we even had a successful attempt at, right?
Yeah, but we did it.
So anyway, I think we start
We
to
did.
see more Roshan off of this. Or not, more Lifestealer off of
And
this.
Spirit Breaker, huh?
Maybe not necessarily that combo per se.
Or Bounty Hunter or something. There's all kinds of things you could do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I
they're-
think
they're
you
really
start
right.
to see more Lifestealer with this, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you will too.
Well, plus the lifesteal's a pretty
Yeah,
big jump to begin
Exactly,
with. That's
exactly.
insane.
His early game was a little rough before.
His jungle ability's got to be even stronger, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And
right,
the
off,
op-
right at
yeah.
level 1.
In the
right?
open wounds.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
talking about, yeah.
Yeah,
Or no,
yeah.
that's a different one.
The
yeah.
Lifesteal comes from Feast.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
I was referring to open wounds. I
But the
apologize.
fact that you can, like, crit.
Well, open wounds
the feast
lifesteal
now?
increased to 50%. Okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even read that.
That's what I was saying. That's going to be huge.
That is good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're ahead of the curve here, Ben. Okay, here's one that I'm excited about. Lone Druid.
yeah. Again, a very neat change. I like.
Yeah. True form
This
is
one's fun,
True
yeah.
form is no longer removed on death. Okay, nice little
Yeah,
change there.
yeah. Just quality of life.
Battle Cry armor was buffed. Battle Cry damage was also buffed.
Yep.
But the
Here's the
Ag
best reason that it was buffed.
The Ag Scepter upgrade now allows the the Spirit Bear to attack at any range from Lone Druid and prevents the Spirit Bear from dying if Lone Druid dies.
That's so awesome.
That's a big deal.
That's so awesome.
I think that could be neat.
I like seeing in Twitch chat the Protect the Bear.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen this?
No.
The Protect the Bear ASCII art, I guess is what
Yeah.
it would be, or whatever. So,
I'm excited, and this is all coming at the same time. The Admiral Bulldog now. So we've got this buff, and then we've got a Nature's Prophet one we haven't talked about.
the Dongarino.
Yeah, and then Admiral Bulldog all of a
Decided
sudden
that he's gonna play Pro Dota again.
and go back in with Andy's back with Alliance.
Right.
I'm excited for Alliance. I think
Dude,
they're
I
gonna
am too.
They're going to be fun to watch.
I think the, if you will, the rat or
The Rat Dodo's real.
the rat
it's
Dota
alive.
is gonna be
yeah.
real. So like the split push thing, it's
Who cares if you get the barrel? Well, I mean, it's
Yeah.
like, I mean, it's obviously worth gold, but still, that's the
It's
split
so-
push
it's
is
so
so
cool.
real. I
It's
mean,
so
we haven't talked about Nature's Prophet, but I think he got a buff too. I think so. It's gonna be interesting.
yeah. No,
I'm excited
I
for
think
that.
I think it's a very interesting change because you can just be everywhere with
Does
that.
does this patch even in some ways favor Alliance? I feel like in some ways the Rat Dota thing would be okay in this
Oh yeah, no, I think it's much more viable now.
Potentially, yeah.
because they got Alliance got nerfed in
Yeah.
a way for a while back.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I think that's an item on Lone Druid that you don't necessarily want to rush, but I think it's one you'd want to build at some point.
I think it's neat. Yeah.
I think it's definitely one that build after a farming item
Yeah.
pretty soon. You're definitely going to want it by like the 40-minute mark.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to Luna. Base armor increased by 1. Eclipse per unit cap increased from 4 to 5, which, that's not insignificant.
Yeah.
But the Ag Scepter upgrade now allows Eclipse to be cast on an area within 2,500 range. 2,500 range! That's a lot.
That's a lot.
already.
That's like 2 screen lengths.
It's a little over screen length, but yeah.
It's a big deal.
No,
though.
because like 1 screen length
I
is
thought it was
like
like-
1,200, isn't it?
I thought it was like 18.
Oh, it might be 1,800. Whatever it is.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a tempting item on her now, and it wasn't
Yeah,
before.
it was, yeah.
Well, there's
I would
more.
agree with that.
She's interesting now in a different kind of way.
Let me read the rest of it.
Yeah.
Grants obstructed vision of that area, which is nice.
Yeah.
Can also target any allied unit to center Eclipse on their location, even while moving. Can double click or target Luna. So basically, you can choose an area 2,500 units away to cast this, or choose to center it on an ally. So I think the utility that you get just from that is really nice.
Yeah.
That way, Luna doesn't necessarily have to
Be in the middle.
Right.
Yeah,
Because that is where she is not
that's
the
the problem.
strongest.
That's
yeah.
the problem.
Yeah.
Does she still need to get a BKB to be viable? I would
Yes,
think so. I don't think
100%
that's
yes.
changed.
I don't think that has changed, unfortunately. I think that she's definitely still, yeah.
I think so.
Yeah,
I don't
I
think
think she
that's
has
changed
to.
either, but I just was curious on your thoughts.
Okay, Morphling. Things start to get a little weird here. Adaptive Strike now has 1,150 speed projectile.
All right.
Whatever.
Great.
This is the weirdness.
Ag Scepter upgrade
Sure.
to Morphling.
Why not?
Grants a new ability, Hybrid. Allows
Okay.
Morphling to target an ally, turning himself into a hybrid illusion, removing the Morphling himself. This hybrid illusion can cast non-ultimate abilities and has your original abilities. Last 20 seconds. So you're going to have like 6 abilities.
Yeah.
When
And
the-
Life Stealer.
When the duration ends, well, you can't do ultimate abilities.
Still, I don't care.
Yeah.
It'd be funny.
It would be funny.
When the duration ends or the hybrid dies, your hero emerges. Cannot end prematurely. Cooldown
Ooh.
140 seconds. Mana cost 200 and a 600 cast range.
Okay.
How bizarre is that ability, huh? I mean, what the heck?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I mean,
It's just strange.
it's hard to put
it's-
my mind around it.
Yeah, just wrapping your head
I
around that
don't
one.
think it's necessarily something you would get on like a strong carry Morphling, but on like a
Are you sure you
second,
wouldn't? Why not though?
Well, on
I
a
don't know if you wouldn't, because he's gonna outlast the rest of the fight this
Yeah,
way, right?
but when you're playing a hard carry morph, you pretty much already had your 6 slots carved out.
But it is taking Morphling off the board though.
But why not stun somebody? Like, why not steal? Why not make a clone of somebody so you stun them, do a little bit of damage, and then you can just finish them off really easily?
Well, the
Or
only
do I don't know. There's got to be some. There's got to be some way to abuse.
yeah,
this.
yeah. The only
Oh, for sure.
The only instance that I could think of as a hard carry Morphling where it would be really good is if you could do it with like Drow Ranger or something, where you get
A silence or
well, no, you would get like
That passive?
the passive.
The passive.
But I mean,
does
you
he
don't
keep
get
his stats when he does this or no?
Yes, he does.
keeps his stats.
Mhm.
Why wouldn't you want this ability then?
well. It's I mean, who else would you use it on? Because
Well,
your right click's
even
going to be
even
real
just
good.
for the kind of the utility of staying alive a little longer, right? That's extra hit points and stuff.
That's true. Yeah,
That's what I'm
so that
seeing
almost
is-
works. Yeah, that's a good point. It almost works like the Brewmaster Ultimate in a
Yes.
sense. Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay.
to me, that's a really strong potential ability.
Yeah, yeah.
there.
Yeah, I would have
Plus, so,
Alchemist
so all of a
build me
sudden,
that
you're you with your stats. You're saying so
Yeah.
you've got your stats, and I'm assuming that based on that assumption, all of a sudden you're you. Plus, you have some additional stun or something that you got.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Plus, you have all this extra health because essentially you burn through that health, and then you're
Yeah.
back at full health.
Well, that's kind of what I was going to say is I think to me this seems like more of almost like a strength morphling idea where cuz you're getting like an extra stun. You know, you want to use this new ability on like a utility.
You don't
hero.
have to be strength morphling. You could get a stun as agility morphling.
That's true. That is
Right?
true. But
Yeah.
But you're also taking yourself off the board, though. Like, you're taking a damage dealer off the board.
I thought you said he keeps his stats.
He does, but if you use this on, like, Lion or something, your right click's going to be crap.
So, okay, so maybe I'm lost. So when he takes this from Lion, he has Lion's right click.
He has Morphling stats and Lion's right click. Lion is an intelligence hero. So he's going to be attacking faster, but not going to be hitting for much.
The damage that Morphling is doing is based on Lion's right click ability, is what you're saying?
Take Lion's, like, damage abilities and Morphling's, like, stats.
I guess when you were saying that Morphling kept his stats, I assumed you meant the right click ability, which made it even more awesome than it is in my head.
Yeah, unless I'm misunderstanding it. I don't know all the I don't know all the details.
I assumed
on
the
it.
way you just explained it to me was correct until you had said otherwise.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm not sure which version is correct.
It basically allows him to initiate. So I guess I do agree with you based on your assumption. I guess we need to probably look to see how this actually works.
It's really interesting either way.
I think it's really unique as well, but
I think
I see what you're saying.
I mean, I think the way that I described it is right, but now I don't really know.
Yeah,
for sure.
You created
I got more confused by you guys. So
this sounds. Let's just leave it at that. This sounds like a fun one to play around with. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
It sounds really interesting.
Research to come.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about Naga Siren.
Sure.
Ensnare cooldown changed from 14 to 12. Ensnare is now dispellable.
Oh, okay. So that's
Buff to mana style there.
yeah, absolutely.
Ensnare is no longer removed if the target becomes ethereal. Great.
Interesting.
Ag Scepter upgrade. Song of the Siren Scepter now regenerates you and nearby allies for 6% of maximum HP per second for up to 7 seconds.
All right.
So that's
support
42%
Naga.
of your max HP. Yeah.
That's support Naga like to a T.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think it's actually, you could actually farm this up as a support Naga too.
Yeah.
As long as, like, you can find room to farm as Naga.
I would think so.
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I think that's going to bring support Naga back a little bit.
Maybe this is favoring Alliance, Ben, because Alliance really liked the support
Called it here
Naga for a
first.
while.
Yeah, I think that there's a lot of things that kind of bring Alliance back into it with this one. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, Nature's Prophet.
Nature's Prophet.
Nature's Prophet. Sprout cast range increased from 600 to 625, 700, 775, 850. Great.
Yeah, that's legit. That's not.
That's a big
not
upgrade.
A little, like, yeah.
At level 4, 850 compared to
850
600.
Sprout.
That's a big
And
difference. Yeah.
Sprout interrupts channeling, does it not? I'm pretty sure it does.
Does it?
I think it does.
It just puts trees around you.
Yeah, but it mini stuns, I think.
I didn't think it mini stun, but maybe it does. We'll
I'm
have to look
pretty
that
sure
up.
it does.
Yeah.
Let's find out. Sprout duration increased from 3 seconds at level 1 and 5.25 seconds to 3 at level 1 and 6 seconds at level 4.
All right.
Nature's Call treant base damage from 22 to 28.
That's a pretty big. That's a big buff.
That's nice, considering
That's
you'll
some
have
rat
like
dota
4
right
or 5 of those things up.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the Ag Scepter upgraded Wrath of Nature now spawns a Nature's Call treant whenever it kills a unit. Killing a hero will spawn a stronger treant with 3 times the damage and health of a normal one.
I mean, his split push just got even better, basically.
Yeah, I'm mixed on this one. I'm not. It's one of those things that sounds really awesome, but at the same time, like, I have no idea if that's something you'd want or not.
I think. Well,
I don't think it's something that you don't
Do
want.
you mean the Ags in particular?
Yeah, the Ag Scepter upgrade.
Well, you saw it on him every once in a while because the damage that change is pretty significant.
Oh, did he already have an Ag Scepter upgrade?
Yeah.
And this is an addition to that.
Oh,
I
did
think
not
it
know
could be
that.
worth it because I think it helps him do what he does best, which is push. It all of a sudden, I guess, does it give the stats on what those things have?
With stats of what? The treants that it spawns?
Well, the Nature's Call treant.
Well, it's just, if it just kills like a normal
the stronger
creep
one. No, the stronger one. 3 times damage.
in health of a normal one. So the damage would be...
That's a pretty big deal.
Whatever 28 times 3 is.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
If you got a bunch of kills with it, I don't know.
I don't think you would reliably be killing heroes.
I don't
with
think
this,
it makes you pick up Ags when you wouldn't have picked up Ags, but I don't know.
It just increases the
interesting.
damage.
I think the bigger
bounces by 2.
Yeah.
So does this hit creeps though when you use it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the bigger deal to me is the buff and the general damage of the treants. That's
Yeah.
the big difference for me. That's gonna make what he does even. That's a I
Yeah.
mean, that's
I
a
agree.
big percentage jump there.
Yeah.
I think that's what I think is going to make a difference.
Well, the level 3 Nature's Wrath, or Nature's Wrath of Nature, with the Ag Scepter, does it kill creeps in one hit?
Okay, I have it right here. The damage. It's a damage for a level 3. Oh crap!
Hit the buttons.
Hit the buttons.
It already did enough without the Ags,
Yes,
so the Ags is
it was-
only going to help more.
Its bounce 1 started at 275, increases every bounce for 18 bounces to 868 damage on the
Okay,
last
so
one.
yes.
you got to get that thing bouncing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if it bounces? You're good.
All right. So the jury's out on that one, at least for me.
I think he's buffed. I mean, there's no way you can doubt.
Oh,
he's
yeah,
buffed.
yeah.
But
Yeah. I mean, just the Ags.
The Ags thing, I'm with you. I don't know.
Yeah. Nyx Assassin, Jared.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of which, let's get you on Nyx Assassin a little more.
I agree.
Using Spiked Carapace no longer removes Vendetta. That's nice.
That is really nice.
He also got an Ag Scepter upgrade, which turns him into a lurker from StarCraft.
Right.
Adds a new ability, Burrow, with a 1-second cast time. While burrowed, Nyx Assassin is invisible and unable to move or attack, but has 40% damage resistance and regenerates 1.5% of his health and mana per second.
Yeah.
Nyx Assassin's abilities also have improved properties while burrowed. Mana Burn and Impale have 50% increased cast range.
Oh,
Impale
jeez.
cooldown is reduced from 13 to 9, and Spiked Carapace instantly stuns any enemy units within 300 AoE without requiring them to hurt him first. Casting
That's
Vendetta
nuts.
causes Burrow to end.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that's pretty good. It kind of almost turns you into like a tower.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
A little
that's a good
bit.
way to put it.
Yeah.
And I think again, this is one that makes, I think, support Nyx a little more intriguing.
Why,
Yeah.
Explain why exactly.
Just because he becomes more of a utility-based hero.
Okay.
Yeah, my only worry with this is like there are some Ags upgrades that are really nice if you're playing support, but it's like, it's like when you got Ag Scepter on Lion. Like, how often are you getting Ag Scepter up on support?
No, I agree with that. I agree with that, yeah.
Like,
You're probably not
only-
going to see it until 30, 35, 40 minutes.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
only if you're having a really good game, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you had heroes that did it before, like Ancient Apparition, that rushed it.
But if you're farming on this, or like if you're running him as like a ganking core hero,
Yeah.
that really helps him with ganking sustainability.
That is
With the health and mana regeneration.
that's
That's
a
nice.
very good point.
Yeah. All right, so there's that.
There's that one. All right.
Outworld Devourer, aka OD.
Yes.
Aghanim Scepter Sanity's Eclipse upgrade now affects everyone in the AoE with Astral Imprisonment after it deals damage. So you do the Sanity's Eclipse, and you get popped into an Astral Imprisonment after the Sanity's Eclipse does its damage.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay.
So it automatically does that.
Yes.
Whoa.
The
really
upgrade no longer always triggers the mana drain and does not increase the damage multiplier by 1.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know what all that means.
It's part of his other skills, his passive.
Okay. So I think in doing a little bit of research with this, I'm not sure on this one because
Yeah, I don't know where I fall on it either.
because it steals the mana after like Sanity's Eclipse is focused around people being in Astral Imprisonment, right?
Well, you can still do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just going to do it again. Maybe you do this with a refresher orb then?
People have been
Also,
talking about how Refresher Orb is really nice with this.
Does it-
ability.
Yeah.
If he has the mana to pull that off, that would be a pretty devastating
Well-
combo, wouldn't it? I mean,
OD never has mana problems because of that passive, right?
Yeah.
he usually is in pretty good shape. So I think that might be what you would do.
It's a little confusing. I think it does
I
make
mean, that's
for-
a huge nuke then, right?
Yeah,
I mean, that's,
absolutely.
That's probably how it would play out.
But the Astral Imprisonment isn't a nuke though, right?
No,
No.
it's-
But
it saps
it's that mana
intelligence.
steal that you're talking about, the
Yeah,
intelligence.
so
steal
the
that you're
second
talking
one
about,
would be really legit.
Oh, right. You're
So
talking
you're
about
gonna
the
you're gonna
refresher
do it,
combo.
and then you're gonna have them imprisoned again. You're gonna refresher orb, do it again, and you're basically
Yeah, not only that, but you're taking them out of commission for, 4 or 5 seconds?
yeah.
So, I mean...
Yeah, I think
So-
I think the counter engagement or
I mean,
counter.
it's everyone. I mean, I think he could wipe a team with this potentially, or at least most of
Yeah, or at least...
with a refresher.
with a refresher.
Yeah.
I think he could do a lot of damage. I mean, if he doesn't wipe the team, he's. Could
I
you
don't-
imagine comboing this with like
Well, any other
Lich's ultimate or
Yeah,
something, or
huge AoE.
CM's thing. I mean,
yeah, where you can have some setup afterwards.
well, you don't need to do it afterwards. So basically, he
Well,
does this. They're in prison. She starts dumping that on them.
They're
Then he
invulnerable
does
during
it.
the imprisonment.
No, but she can get in position.
Right. Yeah, okay.
So she gets in position. She's waiting to all of a sudden launch that when they come down.
Right.
And then all of a sudden they've got CM on top of them, and this coming back onto them again.
Yeah.
Even stronger than it was the first time.
For sure.
The fact that
That's pretty strong.
The fact that you're even setting up plays with Crystal Maiden is just a beautiful thing.
She's viable now.
But anyway, you want to be using this for the counter initiation, basically? Is that what you're getting
I mean,
at?
you could, yeah.
You
essentially?
could do that too. Well, yeah, you could use it almost like a mini Naga's siren thing where you're waiting for your team to come back in. I think it's interesting.
It
Or
is.
you could really good disengage off of it too.
You can do a disengage and engagement. I think, man, I think that's probably a big deal.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Seems like it.
Good insight there, Ben.
Yeah,
Good
well, I
insight.
could be way off too. People will tell me if I'm wrong.
Guys,
Please do.
Sniper got some nerfs, some much needed nerfs
Yeah,
here.
he's
Not-
still gonna be seen.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gone.
Sniper agility gain nerfed from 2.9 to 2.5.
Yeah, all right.
Here's a big one. Couple big ones. The shrapnel ability got nerfed pretty hard. The recharge time increased from 40 to 55 seconds.
Was needed.
That's woof. Shrapnel delay increased from 0.8 to 1.4 seconds.
That's significant.
Yeah. Here's even the bigger one, in my opinion. Shrapnel now gives vision when the shrapnel lands rather than instantly. Because you used to be able to just, use this and then instantly just start hitting.
Right.
But now you got to wait that
1.4 seconds or
Yeah.
whatever.
Okay.
headshot can now miss.
Thank God.
Great. Assassinate damage was kind of nerfed just a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not super significant.
Yeah.
So there's that. I think
Yeah.
some
needed nerfs.
yeah.
I think it was nothing we didn't expect, right? I mean, to a certain extent, maybe a different way that they nerfed him, but I
Yeah.
think
Yeah,
you
I
kind of
think
saw
that's-
something happen in
I
the
think that's
shrapnel for
fine.
sure.
Yeah.
I think the vision is definitely the one that
And I don't
is going to be seen the most.
right. I don't think this is enough to not consider Sniper personally. It's enough to make other heroes more attractive.
That's
Yeah.
a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, in my opinion. Techie's had some changes with some of the mines.
Screw techies, man.
But let's talk about the Ag Scepter upgrade with the minefield sign.
Sure. Okay.
Which, hold on, the minefield sign was a feature of the Arcana, right?
No.
No.
It's a feature he has.
It's just. I think,
it is.
I think the Arcana had a different sign. Like,
Correct.
Okay.
It's just kind of a thing you do to taunt people before.
Yeah. But now it actually does something.
Now it actually has a feature.
Yeah. Before it was
involved.
nothing.
It was literally.
It was literally just a sign that.
It was like a Looney Tunes cartoon, like,
Yeah.
hey, don't go over here, and then that's all it was.
And then you're like, well, should I go over there because it's not going to be
it
over
was
there?
a mind game thing, exactly.
Frickin' techies.
So the Techie's Ag Scepter upgrade now causes the minefield sign to
do
make
something.
all landmines, stasis traps, and remote mines
Yeah.
within 125 AoE immune to true sight.
That sucks.
Can only
That
have,
is freaking ridiculous.
can only have one sign out at a
Broken.
time.
How? So there's really no way then to counter his mines. Am I reading that correctly?
That-
with
whoa.
Ag Scepter
Wait, here's-
within an AoE of
Here's
the
the
sign.
thing we just forgot. You would still see the sign.
Right, yeah.
You just can't unmine it.
Right.
So right, we're not.
Kind of,
That's the
yeah.
piece of the puzzle. There is you would still see the sign in
But
some
think
radius.
if you hide this thing in like trees or something,
You're just gonna have to be more attentive.
or you just put the sign up anyway and kind of like mind game it.
It makes
Right.
the mind games even more of a mind game. But basically, if the sign is there, there's a chance that there are, and he has that,
Invulnerable
Right.
minds.
that
Yes.
there are mines that you cannot take out.
But even just for like push it or defending high ground, this is so good for defending high ground.
What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah. You can just walk into it and die.
I guess just
you
go
gonna
to-
sacrifice a hero?
Go to another lane, I guess.
We might see the 3-hour game, right?
Well,
How many
a good point.
how many signs can he have up?
One.
Is it just one?
One.
So he can only defend one lane at a time.
Ben makes a
But
point though.
but I mean, once you go up there and take out the one
You have
mines,
somebody sacrifice. Is it magic damage those do? So you just BKB
Yeah.
into it?
I
I don't remember the mines. We'd have to look into that part. There's got to be some way you can do that, but or illusions would maybe trigger it. That might be a way to do it.
Yeah, that's a good
I'm
point.
sure
There's some ways around
I'm
it.
sure Diddy Mitch is just thrilled about this one.
Does he like techies?
Oh, Techies is the new hotness with him.
Yeah.
Really? I'm not a big.
He plays a
Techies
good
fan.
Techies from what I understand.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I've played
I mean,
with it.
techies is the definition of a troll hero,
Besides
Right.
Troll Warlord.
right? But which is fine. I guess you need to have some of those, but
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily broken. It's just more obnoxious. It just makes you like more pissed off, or me more pissed off.
I
at
think it
least.
makes him good. I think it makes him decent if you're able to get up a Ag Scepter on him.
I don't think he's that different. He's maybe a little harder to counter. I guess I would say that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
It's obnoxious.
Remote mines are magical. The other two are physical.
So maybe, but you could do an illusion, right? An illusion would still trigger it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Although, does it do it for his ones that he actually can activate that aren't ranged? Which ones does it do it to? I'm looking at you, Brian.
Brian.
What?
Which
what are you
one,
asking
which
me?
ones are
Which
invisible?
mines does it make?
Oh, all
invisible?
of them.
So it is the ones he triggers
Yeah,
too.
all of them.
So that's the real deal breaker on that.
Yeah.
All right. Let's
My
keep
gosh.
moving.
Okay.
Ugh,
My goal is to get through all these heroes before that thing starts.
What's our
beeping.
timer looking like?
we're not going to make it.
Dang it. Troll
it.
Warlord got some nerfs.
Called it.
Berserker's Rage no longer provides plus 15 damage, thank God. Ranged whirling axes no longer provide 800 vision. Melee whirling axes no longer provide 500 vision. Battle trance duration reduced from 7 to 5 seconds.
Big deal.
And Berserker's
Yeah.
Rage is no longer removed on death.
I think that's gonna hurt him. I mean, I don't know how else to say it.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I think that's a pretty big
Some
deal.
much needed nerfs there.
Yeah.
Tusk got some buffs to the ice shards.
Yeah.
The ice shard vision reveal from 0.5 seconds to 2 seconds. That's nice.
Yeah.
Snowball no longer auto loads units in a 100 range. Thank God.
Yeah. I kind of dislike that only because it was a lot of fun to
Yeah.
blink in and snowball one of your teammates. And honestly, it does make him a little less viable as like a support.
Yeah.
Just because you could instantly make another teammate invulnerable.
Yeah, that's true. But all they have to do is click on it now.
Well, right, but
Tusk can now add allies to Snowball while it is moving. That's nice.
that is really nice.
And the Ag Scepter upgrade to Tusk now adds a new ability called Walrus Kick,
Or a force staff.
or a force staff. Kicks the
Is that what it
target.
is basically?
Kicks the target back 900 units. The kick slows by 40% for 4 seconds.
Well, is
12
it
seconds
is it
cooldown.
is it a reverse force staff? It kicks them back.
Yeah.
Well, it's not just using it on the direction that they're facing.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
Is that what it? But does it actually push you backwards? How
Yeah,
does that
I mean,
work? Or is it like in an area, a radius? What does it say?
I think it's
It pushes them away
it's
from
just like
Tusk.
whatever direction. You know,
Yeah.
it's like a Marana leap. Like I think you use it and it just kind of kicks them, like whatever.
I
Direction.
haven't actually seen it.
I'm
but-
interested
Whatever
to see-
direction he's
You know what?
facing.
It's like a ability that was in League of Legends called Headbutt. It sounds like where you'd push somebody a certain direction.
Tusk butt.
Tusk butt, which
It
so
would be
you can.
Tusk foot.
So what's going to be the combo is probably going to be a blink past somebody, tusk butt them the other direction,
Absolutely. And
into
then
your
Walrus
team,
punch
and they're
them.
going to just get killed, and then Walrus punch them also. I would think that's what
because
it's
they'll
going
be
to.
slowed and then the walrus punch.
So basically, you need to get on the other side of where you want them to be, if this is how it's going
Mm-hmm.
to interact, and then push them into your teammates, basically.
Right.
I think this is great for like melee, like strength carries, like Sven, Wraith King, Life Stealer. Makes Blink Dagger maybe not quite as essential on some of those heroes.
But I think it makes it really viable on Tusk.
Oh,
If you
yeah.
get a
Yeah.
blink
Oh,
in
yeah.
this,
No.
I think that could
Heck
make
yeah.
it really
Or
good.
Snowball.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we've
could
got
be really
four.
cool.
We've got 4 more guys.
right.
Ursa, the Enrage was reworked. Ursa goes into a frenzy, causing him to take 80% less damage from any source, and for his attacks to deal 2.5, or 3 times the Fury Swipe's damage. Removes any existing debuffs upon cast. That thing's nice.
That's really nice that it removes the debuff.
Lasts for 4 seconds. It's on a 50, 45, or 40 second cooldown. And it causes him to take 80% less damage.
That's crazy.
So the Enrage basically used to be just like an on-cast Fury Swipes.
right.
So it makes it a little bit nicer. I like that.
Yeah, it actually makes it a skill.
Yeah. Makes him a little more diverse, I think.
Yeah.
Or
And
his,
viable.
his skills diverse. Yeah. Weaver got some changes to the Swarm. The duration was rescaled from 14, 16, 18, 20 to 16 seconds at all levels. The damage was changed to 20 at all levels. So a bit of a nerf to level 3 and 4 Swarm. The Swarm attack rate, who cares about this crap? Geminate attack no longer has a range limit.
That's really nice.
I don't know what that means.
Well, before, if it wouldn't trigger if it was like at your max range.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. Oh, right. Okay. So that's his like passive. Okay.
Yeah, that's like the passive where you like attacks twice at the same time.
So adding an Ag Scepter upgrade to Weaver reduces the cooldown of time lapse to 20 seconds
And
allows time lapse to target allied heroes with a 1,000 cast range.
so Cheeks was talking about this, and he's wanting to do support Weaver now.
I do not endorse this whatsoever because you have to get an Ag Scepter for support Weaver to even be a support.
Yeah, it's fine. That seems like it's viable.
That's a horrible idea.
I think it's great. I'm on board, Cheeks.
I'm off board, Cheeks.
Well, and I mean, there is some minus armor that comes from the swarm, right? So I mean,
Great. Great.
yeah.
Armor reduction from the swarm. Great.
That's a big deal.
Winter.
Venge has that. You like Venge?
Just pick freaking Venge.
Well,
And you can swap. It's not quite the same, but it's the same in effect.
Okay.
you might have me convinced.
Yeah.
Why did you groan at me being on your
I
side?
hate you. Oh, you're on my side.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Welcome to my
You
side.
start complaining when I'm on your side. I'm
I-
not on your side
I thought you
anymore.
were
Not
on-
after you complain about it.
I thought
I'm
you were on
done.
Cheeks'
We're all
side.
on this side.
I'm on the support Weaver side again.
All right.
Forget you.
Winter Wyvern was added to Captain's mode. Great. Where was he
You're
when
rushing
Troll
now.
Warlord was really good? That's what I
Yeah,
want to know.
well,
I am rushing. I want to get through this stuff.
you only got one more now.
Wraith King. Added.
Oh, we got to talk about this one.
Egg Scepter upgrade added to Wraith King. Allies who are near Wraith King within a 1200 AoE.
Just turn it off. We got to talk about
Can I
Wraith King.
finish? Let's just finish it. We're almost there.
That was the alarm. We went 60 minutes.
Okay, allies who are near Wraith King within a 1200 AoE, when slain, become wraiths for 5 seconds, delaying their death. They can continue attacking, casting, etc.
Yeah.
When the duration ends, the hero dies, and credit for the kill goes to whoever landed the original killing blow.
That's so awesome.
Isn't that cool?
That is so awesome.
I love
It's
it.
pretty cool.
I love that ability.
It's pretty cool.
So this will potentially enable a 10-man wipe.
Essentially, yeah.
Or a delayed 5-man wipe.
Yeah. It's pretty great, isn't it?
5-man wipe, 5 wraith wipe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, crap.
So that's what we're going to get through today. Should we bring Cheeks back in? What do you think?
Yeah, I guess.
Do you guys want to?
Give me a second to queue up the soundboard here.
Well, that's
All right, yeah. Let's bring in Cheeks here.
okay.
Hello.
Welcome to the dense and impenetrable web of systemic bullshit we collectively refer to as Dota.
Cheeks, what crazy support strategies do you have?
He's not
for the
even
chat
looking
room
at
this
us.
week?
Can he even hear us? Are you there, Cheeks?
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
just, I made it into Gaben's office. I'm waiting to talk to him. Just
What
checking
is
out
it?
his knife collection.
Does he have shoes? Is that what's in there?
No, it's knives.
They're knives.
Knives?
You know, he's a famous knife collector.
Did you not know this
I
about
did
him?
not know
Oh
this.
yeah,
It's the kind
common
of
fact.
stuff
Yeah, everybody
that
knows
rich
this.
Rich white people do?
rich folks
Pretty much,
do.
yeah.
They collect knives. You know.
That sounds about right.
Did you have a
Is he
favorite?
from the Midwest?
No, he's just.
I
don't know.
I know little. As far as I know, he's from heaven.
What was the best knife? That's good. Was there a good knife in there? Did you find anything you like?
Butterfly knives are always my
Do you think
favorite.
he's gonna let you take one home?
No, not at all. I haven't even seen him yet. I've been waiting here like an hour.
Well,
They just sent me
Seems
in
like
here.
you're having a good time at the Valve offices. So if you can get us
Oh,
in
yeah,
there
it's a great
sometime
time.
when we go there to Seattle, that would be fantastic. So
Cool.
okay, well, I don't know. We brought you back here for some reason. What do you want to talk about?
Well, we started talking about assimilate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
baby.
I was looking for, since we didn't have a Noobs Ask Noobs question this week, or any questions, guys, come on, give us questions. Although someone did ask which one of you guys sexually gratified yourself
Yeah, I saw that in the chat.
today.
Yeah.
Today?
So,
He had the
I guess we can
moderates.
take that as a Noobs Ask Noobs question.
Constantly. I
Yeah.
constantly am.
Constantly. I'm doing
Right
it
now.
Yeah, right now.
Right
it's,
now.
Not
it's really,
sexually, but through hard work.
it's
Yes.
really
Productivity.
uncomfortable to be honest.
I'm
But-
very self-gratified.
yeah.
So let's see here. So I put out a little competition saying whoever gives me the best assimilate wombo combo will win a set.
Oh.
I want to hear
So-
your top three. Do you have? do you have three
I'll
that
give you the
liked?
one that I started off with.
Okay.
Mine was, let's see, where did I put it here? You assimilate Lich, infest Tree, Tree gets in the Tusk Ball, stun, Overgrowth, and Chain Frost.
That's pretty good.
Whew.
So that was mine.
We'll try it.
Let's see.
So we're talking 4 heroes.
Another one we
there.
got here. Another one we
Correct.
got here.
Whoa.
Pull an
Is-
IO in there.
Oh, wait, well, yeah, I know. You
Oh,
have
we're
a
getting there?
5-man
Oh, we're getting there. Okay.
global wipe is what someone said. So,
Yeah.
let's see. What else we got? Okay,
What if you,
assimilate
what if you
techies.
told everybody and you actually had the
Ben,
natures?
just let the man
Well,
talk.
I'm
Just
still
let the man
talking
talk,
about the
Ben.
last
Okay,
one.
all right.
What if you just
Yeah.
had everybody end up so Nature's Prophet's controlling the whole thing when it's all said and done, and he goes and TPs into the enemy fountain?
Oh boy.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
that would be pretty good. So
think
anyway, here's
so.
the other one, and then I'll give you the winning one.
All right.
All right.
Another one is assimilate techies, then infest storm spirit, jump on someone, lifestealer pops out, then techies, then suicide. So just
Okay.
bam.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's
And
a lot of
It's
damage.
very explosive.
Here's the
I kinda
winning
like
one.
that.
Here's the winning one.
like
Oh, this
All right.
is the winner. Okay.
This is the winner. This wins a set this week.
Oh,
Assimilate an earth shaker.
okay.
Infest a nature's prophet.
Mm-hmm.
The Luna cast Eclipse on nature's prophet as he teleports to a group of enemies.
That's great.
Oh boy.
That's pretty good.
Bam.
I'm into that.
And
That's
he
it
has
right there.
and he has Lifestealer with him, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they're all there.
They're all there.
Yeah, everybody's there.
Everybody's at the party.
That's
Okay.
a great idea.
All right. Wait, say that again. Okay, I gotta wrap my head
Okay,
around
so
this.
assimilate Earthshaker.
Okay, so
Infest
So
the
you're
nature's
eating
prophet.
Earthshaker.
Right.
Lifesteal he's munched on Earthshaker. He's got him in his mouth.
Right, we understand that part.
Okay, what's next?
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Then
Brianize
you
it.
infest nature's prophet. You get inside
So
nature's
you're
prophet.
inside Nature's Prophet. So you've got
Okay.
Nature's Prophet's belly's rumbling with some Earthshaker and some Lifestealer going on. He's like, oh, I'm really hungry, but I'm not anymore because I'm full actually. But
Okay.
there's people inside me. It's weird. You don't know if you're full or if you're empty. You're not really sure.
yeah.
Right.
There's a
Okay.
lot going on.
Next part.
And then a Luna casts Eclipse on nature's prophet as he teleports to a group of enemies.
So the Nature's Prophet's gonna beam me up, Scotty, right down to a bunch of people.
Yeah.
And then Luna can do the global thing because he's in that location, right? That's
and
what
then
we're
your
thinking.
Earthshaker pops out and then does the Echo Slam.
Yeah,
Yeah.
slams. He's
On top of
mad.
all
He's
that.
angry because he was in somebody's belly, and then eaten also. So he got eaten.
Slamming
and then,
indeed.
Yeah, and then Lifestealer's just like, this was what I've been dreaming of.
Yeah.
It's
Being
true.
inside of a tree.
Thank you, Lord Gaben type of thing, I think.
Thank you, Lord Gaben. May I please have a knife?
Yep. That's great. I like that. That's a good
Yeah.
winner.
So that was the winner. I just thought the global possibility of just like being anywhere and getting anywhere really
That's
fast
perfect.
and just blam.
What's
love it.
what's
The wombo
what's
combo.
well who won the set and what was it?
It was Havana King, and I have yet to choose the
Oh,
set.
Havana
I didn't promise which set. So
Oh, okay.
Okay.
you'll just be getting a set,
Pugna set.
All right.
and we shall see
Yeah,
which
BZZ
one it
Pugna.
is.
We'll give a Havana King one of these.
How neat is that?
It's okay.
One of those.
Because
What about the thing?
Yeah.
Do you have that other one loaded up?
The one I hate.
Well, we got that much settled. I'm an American.
No, definitely not that
the-
one.
The Ogre Magi one.
This is awful. Why are you?
Got time for this.
Nope, that's not it.
Look, I don't you think I'm nuts or anything?
Nope, that's not it.
They're labeled, dude.
That's it. Definitely buy.
They're labeled.
So-
There's words on the screen. The buttons you push. It tells you what they are.
I don't have it lit. I don't have it loaded up.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
That didn't do
So
anything.
anyway, you can find me at Cheeks of Flappin' on Twitter. You can find me on Instagram and as Cheeks of Flappin'. And
You got to
on
promo
Steam
our other
as
show.
Cheeks of Flappin'. Although Tusha Flappin', I changed it for our new friend Tushingham.
Nice guy.
Unfortunately, it seems to be reverting back to Tusha Flappin' a whole lot. So you might have a harder time finding me on Steam for some reason.
Some weirdness on Steam and Twitter these days.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
indeed, and Twitch apparently.
Cheeks, you didn't promo our shameless promo on the other show.
Oh
yet.
yeah. Offlane Gaming coming out soon. Episode 2.
If we ever tape it, which we're almost there.
We're almost there, but no, we're in the home stretch. We'll be fine.
You're
there.
almost there.
You're fine.
We're gonna talk about some other games and
fine.
stuff.
You're fine.
You're fine.
It'll be good.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah. So how about you, Ben? Where can we find you on the internet?
Oh, I'm up. Jared's hosting now.
Yeah, I guess.
I
Well,
like
Brian
this.
wasn't, so.
I like this. Brian just kind of he froze.
Yeah, you zoned out. What are
The pressure was on.
I thought Cheeks was gonna ask the next person, but
No, apparently not.
no, we're fine here.
Cheeks wasn't interested in doing
We're all
that.
co-hosts, right?
Yeah, this isn't awkward at all.
yeah.
This is our best show yet. I am at Dota Yadneb on Twitter. And then you can also find me on offlanegaming.com for the podcast about other games.
Other games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I don't think I want to be found anywhere else, do I?
No.
All right, what about you,
I might be
Jared?
able to stream
You can
stuff.
find me in my
eventually.
house.
Okay, that was weird.
We Like Dota Bets is usually where I'm going to be tweeting if I do any social things.
Yeah.
That's good.
So, yeah.
Cheeks disappeared. Did you guys see him fade out?
did,
He
yeah.
wanted us
No.
to notice, and we didn't notice.
We didn't notice him.
You can follow me on Twitter at Byinger, Byinger. And also follow the show on Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, and Twitch. And I think that's it, guys, right? So next week we're going to talk about...
I'm over it.
We're going to talk about the patch a little bit more. And we're going to talk about the Compendarino. So tune in next week, guys. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you later.